Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to be going over the Aetna Quote and Enroll e-application. Jackson's in here, right over there, and he's playing Slither IO. Highly recommend it. Okay. So Aetna, we use Aetna a ton on the Medicare side. MedSup with the Continental Life, American Continental, Aetna Health and Life, and Aetna Health Insurance Company brands are great on the MedSup side, as well as the Ascendo, the new CVS one. So very dominant in the MedSup space right now. But we also use them for some other products. We've used their hospital indemnity plan. We've used their short-term recovery care plan. But the big one in the under 65 world is we use their cancer, heart attack, and stroke. And occasionally, because of product availability in certain areas, we use their Aetna dental, vision, and hearing plan. I do prefer the Manhattan dental, vision, and hearing plan, but sometimes your clients aren't really apt to dance around different product names, or different companies. So if you're already writing the Aetna cancer, heart attack, and stroke, maybe the Aetna DVH makes more sense. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to log in here and go through their e-application process for you real quick. That is not the right one, is it? No, where is it? Boom. Okay. So, okay. Here we go. So when you come into their dashboard, just give you a couple of things here. You have top agents and track your progress. This is like where you'd go to track your trip qualifications. You got the product availability chart, product withdrawal chart, all these different things here, drug lists, etc. On the My Business tab, we typically use the policy summary area where we're checking on pending applications, we're checking on current client info that's not in our CRM, things like that. You got your commissions portal, and you have an actual agent roster. Yeah, so if you recruit agents, you can go in there and check that. I use that some. And then production dashboard, I use that some. So don't really use a lot of this other stuff, although I'm sure that there are some good things. I'm actually going to go ahead and download this product availability chart. So I can put that in the university. So let's go ahead and save that while I'm on here. Okay, so on the Aetna side, I'm going to go ahead and go back to home, and on home you have some very good buttons here. You got your business dashboard, agent onboarding for contracting agents, which I'll just go ahead and show you that. Super easy. You come in here and you click contract new agent, and then you put in their info here and click start the process, and then it'll allow you to select their level, and it sends it over to them. E-contracting. Wasn't always like that. We used to have to do a lot of paper contracting with them. So the e-contracting platform is super helpful. But now the best thing about Aetna, in my opinion, is their new Quote and Enroll electronic application. So I'm going to click on the Aetna Quote and Enroll here and take you over to the Quote and Enroll process. So on the zip code, you put your zip code. Can you believe it? And to continue trends, I'm going to go ahead and build out my family dynamics, and here are demographics. And just so you know, I actually do have this on my family, this product, this cancer, heart attack, and stroke policy. Actually have a $75,000 one. So We believe what we write. So here are the product lineups that we have here. Hospital indemnity, recovery care. So this hospital indemnity plan is more like one's made for pairing with Medicare Advantage plans. The recovery care is basically a short-term care policy. It is just like a long-term care policy, but for a maximum benefit period of 360 days. A lot of people that can't afford long-term care go for this. It's not a bad product to have in it, but I'm not going to really talk about that one right now. You do have Home Care Plus. Some people do like the home health care policy. I can't tell you how many times we've sold a Medicare supplement and someone needs home health care and they call us back and ask us why Medicare is not covering home health care. So it's not a bad policy to sell as well. There are some other good home health care policies out there. Of course, you got your two MedSup brands for this area right here. Then you have your dental, vision, and hearing, final expense, cancer, and heart attack and stroke. Final expense rates with Aetna are somewhat high, but you know you can add these things to shopping cart and do one application. So there's something to be said for that if you're selling that. So first thing I'm going to do is add the dental, vision, and hearing policy for my entire family. Notice that I've only put husband and wife, but it's allowing me to quote all of us, the entire family. So I'm going to click quote. I'm going to pull up the $1,500, $123.27 a month, and then I'm going to go over to the cancer. We don't write as much of the heart attack and stroke as we do just the cancer. So right now I'm going to focus on the cancer. I'm going to go over to applicant B because my wife's a little bit younger. It's probably not going to make a difference because she's in that 30-year-old age bracket, but they go off of the younger spouse's birthday for the rate. So if I made her 29, it would show a cheaper rate for her. So because it's age bracketed for every 5 years. I'm going to go ahead and go for the $75,000. I'm going to do it on the entire family. Probably gonna make me do it this way right now. Don't be goofy back there. Alright, so $98.75, gonna add that to the cart. I've got my whole cart up here. And the cool thing about that is, we can add multiple products, and like I could come on here and add the let's see what else they have. Like the heart attack and stroke, I could add, another 20,000 heart attack and stroke rider. Quote the entire family. $27. Add that to it. Boom. Okay. I'm going to do start enrollment. Alright, so it's a super easy e-app. We say we're not replacing anything. We haven't applied for other health insurance. Have you or any other person applying for coverage had AIDS, HIV, ARC? No, in the last 10 years. In the last 5 years, have you been diagnosed or have you had any testing? Let's see here. I'm going to read it out. In the last 5 years, have you or any other person applying for coverage been advised by a medical professional to have any test or monitoring related to cancer, including but not limited to PSA screenings, mammograms, colonoscopies, and genetic screenings that have not been completed, for which results have not been received, or had abnormal test results, or cancer has not been ruled out, or results are inconclusive? No. Experience any of the following, for which medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment has not yet been obtained: unexplained weight loss, a lump, growth, or tumor, or a breast or elsewhere, or in a breast or elsewhere, or a change in a mole. No. Diagnosed with or treated for or any currently seeking treatment by a medical professional, including surgery, radiation, or chemotherapy for leukemia, Hodgkin's disease, lymphoma, melanoma, carcinoma, myeloma, or any internal cancer. Notice that the look-back period is 5 years. That's a big bonus with the Aetna cancer policy. A lot of them are looking back 10. Even Aetna was looking back 10 not long ago. On here, on the heart attack and stroke, you get the AIDS, HIV, ARC question again. You get the within the past 6 months, have you been treated for uncontrolled blood pressure in the last 6 months, blah, blah, blah. These are pretty standard. I'm going to go through them. You can read those questions, but asking about defibrillators, angioplasty, coronary artery disease, heart-related surgery, heart surgery, all that stuff. Stroke, transient ischemic attack, obviously. Do you have any other health insurance? If somebody has other health insurance, you can put it here, like major medical, etc. Still click that. Yeah, buddy.
You know what plug-in is for that, or charger?
Right there. All right, so now I'm going to get over to the dental, vision, and hearing portion. And it'll load, and it'll load, and it'll load, and it'll load. Okay, so I'm going to keep the effective date there, hit next, okay. Not a lot of health questions related to dental, vision, and hearing, so it's going to get over to the beneficiaries. And it's populating the benefit amounts that we picked. All right, beneficiary. Just going to put my spouse there. Next, okay. Okay, copy beneficiary information, next, okay. We're going to put our info in here. You don't have to put height and weight. Blah, 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 blah. Proceed. Now, this is the cool thing about their electronic application that I really like. Put in a routing number, it does pull up that. So you can add this. Now you can add multiple accounts and have each policy drafting from separate accounts, which is neat. You are also allowed to pick between effective date or approval date. And this is, you kind of pick this based on certain things, who the person is, what's the likelihood of, if you're doing a, med sup 6 months out, for instance, you might want to go ahead and draft on approval. Whereas if you're doing, your own, you might want it to be drafted on effective date, or if you're doing a med sup rewrite, you might want to, and I know I'm getting into Medicare, but the same kind of concept for health insurance. You might pick different rules based on who you're talking to. Click EFT, select the account number. You can pick any day between 1 and 28 for each policy to draft. You could have them draft separate days if you wanted. And you're going to mail the policy to applicant, typically. And another really cool thing is their signature option. So it's going to take you to a review page, and you can upload any documents if you needed to. That was an accident. And click Start Signature Process. If you're in person, you just open these up, save them as PDFs, print them, whatever. Agree, 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 submit. We don't ever use the voice signature because they have this handy little security question, mother's maiden name. So if I click that one, then it'll let me check that box, and click that one, then it'll let me keep on going down. I'm not going to submit this because I don't want Aetna to get it and think that I want all this coverage, but basically you can go all the way down just like that and submit it. You're good to go. Super easy e-app, write multiple products, and never have to do a phone signature or anything. So that concludes the Aetna Quote and Enroll application for today. Talk to you guys on the next video.